Welcome to the Philosophy in Real Life podcast with your host, Carlos Santos Aguirre, a philosophy PhD candidate studying in Madrid, Spain. What an exciting day. This is the introduction to the podcast. So I would like just to give you an idea of why I'm doing this podcast, what we're going to address, and the topics, and why philosophy. But I would like to start this introduction with the beginning of the HBO series Chernobyl. And the first part is very powerful, and it will explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. It says, "What is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all." So that is the way the famous HBO series Chernobyl starts. And the cost of lies was the lives of many innocent people that die under the regime of the Soviet Union. Now, what was the lie? The lie was to ignore the fact that the nuclear plant exploded and the core of the nuclear plant was exposed. And so the problem with that is that the air was completely polluted with deadly fumes because the core was open. But I think that there is a more important question in the catastrophe that happened in Chernobyl. The question is, who can lie? Who are the ones that are capable of lying? And the answer is us humans, human beings, we are capable of lying. And you see, human beings are not as predictable. We do not operate as science does. We are more complicated, extremely more complicated than that, because we love, we hate, we lie, we do things we don't want to do, we don't do things that we actually want to do, and we feel moved by dark desires that only live in the chamber of our conscience. And the reason for that is because some philosophies, some interpretations of the world can lead us into concentration camps, can lead us into gulags, can lead us into broken families, can lead us into broken relationships. And worst of all, attention here, this is key, some interpretations, some wrong ideas, some lies can lead us into a broken self, to the point that there is only darkness. That happens. That happens. So, the purpose of the Philosophy in Real Life podcast is to separate the wheat from the chaff, to remove or to separate also darkness from light, to be able to distinguish that, to be able to discern, to have discernment, to separate the truth from the lies, to be able to live a life of harmony, a life of love, a life of truth. I will just speak something briefly about the formats, just for you to know what's coming. And so I will be doing different kinds of formats, because I did 2 polls and people gave me different opinions. So I'm going to do a variety of formats to see what you like best. So in some of them, I will address ethical topics or ethical dilemmas, such as the body positivity movement, or, for example, the concept of meritocracy, who deserves what. Some people say you need to hustle and nobody owes you anything, the libertarians, for example, and other people who are more progressive, they say, no, everything is wrong with the system and you shouldn't blame the individual. So we'll see. We're going to go deeper in those topics. Also, I'm going to do a case analysis. For example, I will do a case analyzing Andrew Tate and his concept of masculinity. That's going to be a very controversial one. And by the way, please, I do not endorse his views, so stop confusing my take with his opinion. Some people actually thought that from some posts that I did. But we'll see that. And in other episodes, I will be basically more personal. I will try to, be open with my life, because obviously I want you to get to know me also, the person behind the podcast. And I will show you, how I went through my battle against depression, and also my own deconstruction, So I will show you how I navigated those dark waters. And to some degree, I still navigate them. Also, I will have some episodes with sentence analysis. For example, this season one, I'm going to be analyzing the famous aphorism by Friedrich Nietzsche. Sorry, German friends, I don't know how to pronounce that super well. And the aphorism that I will analyze this season one is: there are no facts, only interpretations. Tremendo. Tremendo. And tremendo, by the way, is tremendous, literally, into English, but tremendous is a Spanish expression that I use basically to say that intense, this is intense. So, you will hear it a lot. And then also I will do like a episode a little bit more academic. For example, I will do one this season about postmodernism. A lot of people have asked me, what is the difference between postmodernism and the era or the historical time before that? What happened with that? There's truth, there isn't truth. What's up with that? So we'll address postmodernism. So yeah, it's gonna be an incredible journey, a life-changing journey, and you and I together, we are going to co-create, so to speak, a community of harmony, solidarity, love, and truth. Why? Because bad ideas, bad philosophies can destroy our lives. And hopefully, philosophy in real life will have a life-changing effect for the better in everybody. So, until next time, June 1, episode number 1, we're going to be discussing what philosophy is. Do not miss it. Turn on notifications, tell everybody, and let's spread the love and the wisdom everywhere. Until next time, everybody.